My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
You know what's smart? Enjoying a fresh gourmet meal at home that you didn't have to cook. Meet Factor, your loophole in the laws of mealtime. Chef-crafted meals delivered with a tap, ready in just 2 minutes. You know what's even smarter? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Factor is dietitian approved, chef prepared, and you plated. Pretty smart, huh? Refresh your routine and eat smart with Factor. Learn more at factormeals.com.
I knew it. Another Heard At Media production.
Hey, Shantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so excited. I am going out of the country next week. So I'm counting it down for all my Midwest girlies. You know how big of a deal this is during this time because seasonal depression hits strong over here. Like my friend lives in Florida and she just sends me snaps all the time of her just like living her best life. And I mean, it's good for them now, but I would probably die in the summer living there. But still, it's very, very depressing.
I know, but our summers are like really hot too, you know, and muggy and nasty. So it's like, I would rather take the nice weather. I don't know why we live here still.
So are we going to move?
I mean, I would love to one day.
I don't think we would ever do that. It's weird that our parents came to this country and then moved to Michigan. Like, I wonder why they chose Michigan.
It's because a lot of people started migrating here because of the economy. Like there was like a lot of jobs for them. And then like, obviously once you hear one person say, hey, I'm living here, it's great, come, everyone starts following that person.
You don't hear much about Chaldeans unless you're in the state of Michigan, California, and Arizona. That's really where I feel like Chaldeans are. I think Assyrians are a little bit more, which is very, very similar to what we are. But yeah, that's the only places that we live in, which is so weird because there's so many states and just 3 of them. That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was good. I'm trying to think what I did.
Well, Chantel and I hung out.
Oh yeah, Roxanne was like crying. I think you guys heard on the one of the podcast. She's like, please just hang out with me. So like, I literally was like, okay, come over. So we go to this like. Well, I tell her, I was like, oh, there's this new Korean spot. Like they like decorated really cute where like it feels like you're in like downtown Korea, like getting like I've never been there, but it feels like you're there, like getting like snacks or whatever. And
like
we go put her in, what'd you say?
Street food.
Yeah, street food, exactly. We put our name down and it told us it was a 3-hour wait. And I was like, there's no way it's gonna be 3-hour wait. There was like 25 people ahead of us. It is a smaller place. And then so I was like, okay, let's just go. Like I knew the area. I was like, let's go to a speakeasy, whatever. Roxanne has never even been to a speakeasy. This girl's sheltered. And, yeah. And so you guys, we waited and waited and waited. And we had a drink, whatever. Nothing is happening. Like we're still like 19 in line. And so Roxanne's like, let's just go back to your house. Cause I was like 10 minutes, like maybe 12 minutes away from this place. And so we drive back to our house. And at this point, Roxanne had looked up, like, why were you so desperate to try this place? At this point,
because of TikTok.
Yeah, she like saw all these foods and she's like, and she was hungry and she's like, oh my god, no, we have to go here. And I'm like, I would never have waited like this, by the way, you guys. Like I would have been like, okay, I'll just come back, it's not that deep.
3 hours.
It really did end up lasting 3 hours. Like we went there at 7 at first and we didn't eat until 9:50.
No, like we did, Chanel, we got there at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.
Wow, yeah, it was crazy.
And it was just not my cup of tea. Like I ordered everything on the menu. Chanel, you know, when I came home and I brought all the boxes, Jacob was like, this is a sin. The fact that you ordered this much food, it was so cheap though. It's like a really popular restaurant. And he was like, he said glutinous. I don't even know what he said. He
Yeah,
said,
you are Rexy. She's like, I want this, I want this. I don't care, I want this. And she just like wants to try it, but then she doesn't even like it. So I'm like,
yeah.
why would you want to?
I
Why do you want to
love
try it?
going to a restaurant with Chantel because she lets me do that. Like you guys, I ordered 9 things, okay, and she lets me do that and doesn't say anything. She's like, "That's fine." And so we took a bite out of everything. It was just all very fried and oily, and it made me think about how I wish I was at Olive Garden.
Ew, she's nasty, man. She's nasty.
You can just never go wrong with Italian food. And it's not my type of food. But Jacob loves Korean food. He didn't like it.
Oh, he didn't? I swear,
Yeah.
I mean, Val usually likes it, and he loved it. And even like the next day, I did have like a bite of something, and I liked it still.
I still have all the boxes in my fridge.
Oh, wow.
I know. I should have just gave it to you.
No. I wouldn't have eaten it either.
And then the next day, you guys, I almost died. Like, you guys would have never heard from me. You guys would literally never have heard from me again. I was
dramatic girl.
No, I was in the urgent care, and I had gotten, listen, ladies, let's not do dip anymore. Let's not normalize dip, okay? The dip nail stuff, because I get my nails done, and I felt something where she was like cutting my cuticle, which like I didn't ask for a manicure or anything. And even though I feel like Chantel, I'm a confrontational person to like you guys, I'm not in the real world. Like, I'll be like, yeah, that's perfect. No, that feels fine. Like, you could hurt me again, like stab me again. It's fine. So, she literally like, I flinched out of my chair. She like poked the crap. It was my index finger or my ring finger. Is that the index finger? I don't know, but she poked the crap out of me. And then all of a sudden she did dip. And I swear to God, the next day I start feeling pain. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, I'm about to get an infection here. I can tell. Like, I can tell. And so a few days later, slowly my hand my finger is literally in so much pain. It's gotten to the top of my finger, to the side of my finger. It's like going on the bottom of my finger. It's like just like everywhere, this infection. And it like when I was with Chantel, I was just, again, in so much pain. I mean, I was handling it fine. Like, I still worked out Saturday morning and stuff, but I was like, I need to go to the urgent care before this gets worse. And I'm going out of the country next week. I am not letting anything get in the way of this trip where I just want to relax. And I went to the urgent care. She gave me BioFreeze and it didn't work. So then what is that shot, Chantel?
Like a lidocaine shot?
Yeah, she poked 3 of those in my finger. And for 10 to 15 minutes, squeezing my finger, so just imagine what was in there in the side of it. And I literally stood up, passed out, blacked out. I fainted. I could not. I don't even know.
Yeah, you probably were so panicked at that point. Like, you just couldn't handle like all like the hurt.
No, because listen, I said this is more painful than giving birth, and I gave birth with no epidural. That's how painful this was to me. And especially because like when she did the BioFreeze, I still felt everything. And so she was like squeezing and whatever. And they have to like keep poking holes and stuff. So it was a lot of blood. Like, I looked and I'm like, that's a lot of blood, dude. So, yeah, it was just, and then all of a sudden they had me sit there, gave me water, all that stuff. I went to my car, I found a bag and I puked, and that was my Sunday. But you know what? I still made it to Super Bowl. I still went to my cousin's house. She hosted the bougiest, cutest Super Bowl thing. Did you see what my cousin did?
Yeah, it was really cute.
She went all out. It was a Lions themed because no one cared. How'd you feel about Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was a dumb game. Like, he sucked, and I'm happy for the Eagles. And like, everyone had fun playing our squares. So thank you so much for everyone who played with us.
I know. I was like, well, I thought that there was like one big winner at the end. So I was like, Chantel, announce the winner at the end. You're like, what?
I was so confused with you. Like, this girl's just so silly. And it was funny. I actually did win one of them, but I ended up giving it all to the girl that won the reverse.
Oh, well, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
Did everyone have fun doing that?
Yeah, they loved it. Everyone was like, I loved it.
She did 2 sheets, and then we had so many people saying, can you do another one? But it was Chantel. I think Chantel got overwhelmed because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, 3 sheets would have been a lot, like, to keep track of, to look at. It's like, it is a lot. And like updating in the quarter, it was like, you have to pay attention, make sure you're not messing up there. So yeah, it was a lot. What
did you think about the halftime show?
It's a no for me. I don't really like rappers sometimes when they're there, except like if like I like fun upbeat stuff like Usher. When Usher was there last year, it was so fun. Everyone's dancing, like like you could vibe with it. But that's like, I don't even know the words to his songs, and like you can't even hear him. So it's like, okay, like let's save that for a different show.
I guess he had like a subliminal message. So everyone was like, but you have to look at the message. But I was like, I mean, we kind of just want to see a good show, but I honestly kind of liked it. So I don't
I
know.
did think like the dancing or the like the patriotism of it all, like, you know, the way that they were all like in red, white, and blue. And like, I mean, that's the message I got. Like, I'm not looking into that
No,
deep. And I haven't
that's
watched
not
TikToks,
good.
but
Yeah.
and I know
Yeah.
he was shading Drake in some things, but
Yeah.
I liked that look of it and like how they were dancing and how they were forming. Like, I thought that was cool, but like, it's just not a show that you can really get in, the halftime show you can really get into unless
I'm
like you know his songs. It's
I'm
hard.
surprised they didn't have like him and another person.
Yeah.
You know, like, cause like, remember when they did Shakira dirty by bringing J-Lo in it? Like, J-Lo, stay out of this.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift got booed.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like she got booed. I think people like the Eagles fans were there and they were booing her because she's part of KC.
Well, so I know, but she's never got booed before.
Because she's always at a KC game.
Oh, so she doesn't ever travel?
No, she doesn't go to other games. She only goes to the home games at KC.
Well, so Candace Owens said that last year at the Super Bowl, she didn't get booed. And this year she did. And Candace Owens thinks it's because of the Justin Baldoni stuff.
No, that's so stupid.
Really?
That's so dumb. Like, you think these guys that are up there are thinking about Justin Baldoni that are booing Taylor Swift? Like, Candace Owens, like, this is why she bothers me.
Well, it's not just guys, Shantel, so don't even go there.
I know, but it's not though. It's literally has nothing to do with that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I was at the Super Bowl, like my cousin's Super Bowl, and these women knew more about this game, more about everything that was happening. They were panicking. I mean, yeah, they were definitely betting on stuff. That's why too. But they were panicking about every single move, like screaming. Anytime I said something, Chanel, you know, Rita, Justin's wife, like she was like, blah, blah, blah. Like she knew every fact about every single person. And I was like, girl.
That's
so
like how like Bianca and Chloe are, and our cousins and
yeah.
everything. But
So-
no, it literally had nothing to do with that. It was literally because of the Eagles. I'm telling you.
I wonder what our listeners are going to say about that. Because I don't think I don't agree with. So Candace has been really on spot with the whole Justin Baldoni stuff. Like everyone is into what she's saying about it. Even if you don't like her, everyone's into it. But I was like, I don't think it's because of Justin Baldoni.
No, absolutely not.
She did say, she was like, what's going on? I was like, oh my gosh. It was scare. Blake Lively wasn't there. What was your favorite commercial?
I wasn't paying attention to that. I don't like care about that stuff.
Wow. I'm going to be biased probably because I work there.
Wait, hold on. I want to tell you what, you guys know Flavor Flav, right? Like, because Flavor Flav's obsessed. He's obsessed with Taylor. He always has been. And he tweeted out, and then even Serena Williams was like tweeted out in support of Taylor too, like about it yesterday. But he goes, Eagles fans will boo anyone. Remember when they booed and attacked Santa Claus? Santa Claus, the only person who might bring spirit and joy to people other than Taylor Swift. And of course, your boy Flavor Flav was booed. He's like, so just shake it off.
So has Taylor given Flavor Flav any attention?
I don't know. Oh, actually, you know what? I think she did. If I'm wrong, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she did bring him into like their tent one show. Like she brought him into like the like, you know, if celebrities come or hang out with her mom, like while she's performing, they brought her into the tent.
Oh yeah, I see pictures with them right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's so funny. Anyways, so my favorite commercial was definitely Rocket Mortgage. Obviously, I work there, but I just thought it was so wholesome and it was so cute. And it just like gave like American dream vibes. I mean, that was the whole message, but it was really, really cute. So
I know, you need to pay attention. The only thing I keep seeing now about like the whole Super Bowl commercials, they're like, all these commercials are about making us fatter and then getting us sicker and then wanting us to take all these medications because we're fatter and like sicker. And I was like, oh my God, like, whoa.
Yeah, no, I did see that. I actually saw that and I was like, I'm shocked that they're making this a commercial. Kanye West paid for a commercial and it was the weird, you guys? Okay, Kanye West.
With him?
The fact that every day I listen to his song, what is it called, Chantel? The song that from his gospel album.
I don't know.
I play it every single day. It's my favorite song. The fact that that is the man who is, the Jesus is King song, where it goes like every day. I don't know, but anyways, I play it every single day. It makes me feel so good. The fact that this is the man who is just like unhinged now on a whole different level. I mean, yeah, there's always been cause of concern, but for him to pay for a Super Bowl commercial, then you went to his website and I don't even think it's up anymore. He only had one shirt and it was a very inappropriate shirt. And I'm just like, what is wrong with this man? Like, what do his kids say?
He's gonna lose all his money someday because he just thinks that like he can live that way.
Yeah, and apparently they removed his account on X. But he sold. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the t-shirts, but it was crazy. But yeah, that's our pop culture hot topic. Chanel, we got a review. Please, you guys, leave us a nice review because we got a pretty bad review because we said that we didn't like Beyonce winning the Grammys.
Oh my gosh. I know a lot of people did get mad more at you for saying that.
Yeah. Oh, did they? Well,
Yeah.
me? Why am I being targeted? Did you not
I
say
think
it?
you were the one like spearheading that.
Okay. Yeah. So please leave us a nice review. You can put some feedback, but just as long as you put the 5-star, you guys, please stop. And then there was another one where it was
we can like different people, you guys. It's okay.
I know, like that's kind of I don't know. Maybe we're not for some people because I can hear your opinion and like be like, okay, well, that's your opinion. That's okay. And then let me just say mine. I mean, we don't have
But
to
no, like I can, but like I mean, it's not like we talk about Beyonce all the time because like I mean we like her, but I think you just thought that she didn't deserve that Grammy. But the funny thing is like I can see people though, like if I kept listening to somebody talk shit about Taylor Swift and like I like their podcast, but they kept talking shit about her, like I would stop listening to them. So because it would bother me.
Yeah, absolutely. So then
Yeah.
you just stop listening, right?
Exactly.
Would you go and write a 1-star about like this whole Beyonce thing?
No.
Yeah, it's too much. It really is. And then another one we got bad review, Chanel, because they were like, you guys, there's so many Real Housewives shows and you guys aren't covering it. I just think we were in our interview era where we were just interviewing. I mean, we were still doing a lot of episodes. It was just we were in our interview era. But you guys, like Real Housewives is kind of falling down a little bit. I don't know. Dumas came out and they said that like a big shakeup and a big thing is going to happen with New Jersey. And if you're on our Patreon, we had already said this before that February is the month of finding out. And then Dumas came out with it like a week after. So, but I do think that just the Real Housewives is on a weird decline. So it's like, you guys, we got to open up our doors to other reality shows because we don't know how long this stuff is going to be here. So we shall see. I wanted to talk about, speaking of the Super Bowl, the Paige Craig stuff. And I was all pretty much, like I understood where Paige was coming from, but I'm kind of feeling really bad for Craig at this point.
So you're flip-flopping, huh?
I'm not like, I still like, she's single. She can do what she wants. Here's my thing. So at the Super Bowl, Paige was spotted with Joe D'Amelio. And there is a picture of them holding hands together. They went to the Super Bowl together. They were at the same hotel together. There was pictures of the same carpet that they were at. And Craig happened to be at the Super Bowl too. He was with his partner in the pillow thing. And Paige is just like living her best life with Joe. Like they're clearly, maybe it's not official, but they're dating. It could be casual. She said that she's single last week on Giggly Squad. But my whole thing is she and Craig broke up. And it sounds like she didn't want the same things as Craig, where she was like, I'm feeling rushed about marriage, about kids. So then you would think that she would be single for some time because she doesn't want this stuff right now. But she gets into a relationship right away. And, they start talking. Once you start talking, that's basically a relationship. And
I'm just shocked that because he's not that cute to me. Like, I don't think he's cute at all, actually. And I think she can just get such a really good looking guy.
Sometimes Chantel, okay, I don't think he's ugly, but sometimes it's not about cuteness. It's about demeanor. And I was talking to one of our listeners and she used this term and she's like, he's an alpha. And I think that's what Paige really wanted. Like when it came to Craig always had to ask for her approval. Like, what should we do? Should we do this? Craig just wanted to be in Paige's existence. Remember, we talk about that Summer House episode where he was like, let's go in the shower and just shower together. And she's like, ick, because like, I feel that, everyone's.
Roxanne can't get over the scene of the shower and Paige.
Because I swear to God, I was like, dude, she's with her girlfriends. Like, just stop, And I was like, he's too much. Whereas then and then when they were with each other, they just kind of hung out at the house, like just a very boring relationship where at the end of the day, it's nice because he's like, I just want to be in your presence. Then you got Joe D'Amelio and they're going to Eagles game. He took her to the Super Bowl. Like, he's doing things for her. He's taking her places. He's taking charge. Again, I don't think he has much drama with his friends that he's putting her in or any of that stuff. He just
No,
gives
there was that ex-girlfriend drama that there
right,
was
but
for him.
that comes with the territory
Yeah.
usually. But I'm just saying, like, he's very alpha, and that's what someone like Paige needs because she already has a strong personality. And on Watch What Happens Live, Craig said it wasn't the distance. Like, love can, go the mile. But he's like, what did he say? He
said, like, basically, like, it wasn't, she didn't want to do it with me. Like,
yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah. Well, at least he came to the realization. I mean, he was also spotted, but this was weird because if I don't know if this is 100% true then, because if he was at the Super Bowl, he was spotted in New York City at Nobu with the new girl from Southern Charm, Molly, or no, Sally. No, which one is it? I don't know. I forgot one of them. The one that's like, not the one that was like into Shep, the other one that like dated every single ex of I don't know their names, guys. Of the other,
I think
girl.
her name is Sally. Sally.
Okay, Sally. Yeah. So it's either Sally or Molly, but she's like a ho-ho on the show, which is okay. But because like she's the one that was like we were talking about last week, how she just was like saying like the craziest shit and like goes from guy to guy. But I'd be so annoyed if Craig went for her. Like he really just needs to.
I really don't think that he would. The thing about Southern Charm, if you're a true Southern Charm fan, you know that these people actually hang out outside of the show. They don't just hang out during the show. So I think that they just went and they had drinks and she's like a distraction, but he would never wife her. He thought Paige, he really wants wifey material. Okay, I'm not saying that she's not wifey material, by the way, because we're going to get like crapped on. But I'm just saying like Paige was that overall wifey material.
Yeah.
So, and just like, comes from I'm sure Sally comes from a good family. We just don't know enough about her, but, came from a really good family, has like tradition in her life, very close with her parents. Like he liked all that stuff. He liked everything that Paige stood for, has like a great career. So I don't know. He's definitely one of those people. I just know, listen, if roles were reversed and like with the whole Matt James stuff, the way Matt broke up with her, and he didn't end up proposing. I mean, we haven't seen him seen with another woman, but I just feel like if roles were reversed and the man is like holding hands with another person when this girl was madly in love with him, we'd all kind of be side-eyeing it, I get Paige is single at the end of the day, so she can do this, but it's just because Craig was so crazy obsessed with her.
Yeah, it just seems like a little it seems like it's just a little fast for someone who didn't care to be in a relationship that was like that committed. It's like, what's the point,
Yeah.
I mean, if maybe she really is just out here trying to have a fun time. Okay, go girl, go to the Super Bowl, get your shit, but still, you're in the public eye, so you have to move. You have to move like you are in the public eye still.
I know.
Or you can ruin your reputation. You can ruin your image. Like it's not a joke. Like you really be so strategic, which sucks. But you have to. Or
just own it. Well, she did. She did say, she's like, I'm single and I'm going to act single. So I get it. But I think it's just like you were in a 3-year relationship where you yourself were saying, we're going to get married. He was saying, I'm about to buy a ring. You were saying, we're going to go to London for New Year's. So like, that's where it's the disconnect, where even if Paige fans were like, whoa.
Yeah, like on last episode of Southern Charm, on last Thursday, he was saying like he was like telling all everyone like, oh guys, like we've only been together for really 2.5 years. It's not that long. But then in the same breath, he was like, yeah, I'm proposing soon. So it's like, okay, but you guys, I was in that relationship. Like my husband now, thank God, like that's why sometimes it works. Like he was so scared to get married, and like it was 2 years in, and I was like, no, like if you don't see yourself proposing to me in the next year, like I gave like a year of a grace. And that whole year, like Roxanne remembers, like we were going crazy. We're like, what's wrong with this kid? Like, that's a big deal. Like when you're in with someone for 2 to 3 years, like it's not like, oh, we've only been together for 2.5 years. No, that's a long time. You saw 3 birthdays, 3 Christmases. Like that's a long time, especially at their age. Like, at that point, I'm sorry.
Yeah. To me, I mean, you'll know at 6 months, especially if you're older, which Shantel, you guys were not older, but he was like 35.
Yeah, like thank God, like I ended up working out, but like it could have went the other way where he was just like, it's still not, I'm still not ready or something, like, but like now he's living his best life. He loves being married, but I think it was just like, I don't know what his issue was, but you have to like feel that out. And like, I feel like Craig tried to, and he thought that she was going to be ready, but she never really was.
Well, he was also your husband, the first one to get married in the family.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that could be a scary thing. But I mean, even with Jacob, but we were so young when we dated. So
Yeah,
that's,
it depends on the age. The age does
yeah,
make a difference. Like if you're 21 and you're dating for 5 years, 6 years, like it's okay. Like you're growing up still. But
yeah,
when you're in your 30s, or late 20s and you're dating and you're ready. Like if you're ready and you're dating in your late 20s and 30s, like it is time. Like it's done.
yeah. So let's move over to some other hot topics. So Kyle Richards has come out and she says that Sutton and Garcelle act different outside of filming. And
Ooh, like her besties of the season.
she says that they were so sweet and supportive off camera, but they changed their tune once filming began. And she said it really hurts me. And she says that she felt really ambushed, especially when she sees how they talk about her in interviews and the edited footage. And then also,
Wait, I would be pissed too, actually, because you know what? Like if they are giving her that and like she probably thought these are her girls and then she is seeing them, like that pissed me off.
right. Like I don't necessarily agree with Kyle this season, but if you're my friend and I'm like sitting here and inviting you to places like we're all hanging out and you're making these shady confessionals, that would piss me off.
And also, oh my god, I just lost my train of thought. I was gonna say,
Oh no,
um,
that's
oh,
insane.
you know what though? Actually, like another thing is like Kyle does know how this is played and how it is too. So it's like, is she really that like shook by it? Like she knows that this is like the game.
Well, she believes the targeted treatment may be a way for her co-stars to avoid facing their own personal issues. She says part of that is just them not wanting to talk about their own lives. Which there can be some truth because I don't think Sutton has anything going on in her own personal life. Like, let's really talk about it. What does she have going on?
Yeah,
Her boutique? What else?
dating.
What else? Dating? We already saw that. And
Uh-huh.
it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. I forward those scenes. I can't watch that. It's awkward. It doesn't work. It's not something that we're interested in. Her kids are not on the show. We don't see anything about that. She has like a best friend. We don't really care. So she really doesn't have anything going on. Garcelle has like a career. Garcelle has like more going on, I would say. And I mean, even Erica, I like Erica this season. And she has a lot going on too with, just going from a lifestyle to a complete different lifestyle. That's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kyle is over it. And this makes me wonder if Kyle's going to come back next season.
I feel like if there's more to her story and she wants to show, I think she will. But I do think that they need to replace some people in this season. So it's just not working out. I mean, like I know we have Bose, which is a great new addition, and I like her and I want her to stay, but I think the dynamics need to shift a little bit.
I love Bose. She's a perfect. I feel like if Atlanta, the new season comes out and the ratings aren't good, I really feel like there's going to be a weird shift with the Real Housewives.
Yeah, they're just gonna probably say like, I think it's, but the thing is, just because like we think that they're down, but maybe they're good overall for like all of TV network, they might keep them or they might move them to Peacock or something.
Yeah,
I don't think there's gonna be like this big shift just yet, but I do think I think someone even commented like maybe by like 2030 will we see all 8 of these shows, like all 8 of the cities? Probably not.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think if they're still giving and people are watching and then they still give the good ratings for Bravo itself or TV itself, they're going to keep doing it.
Speaking of Atlanta, Candy, who's not on the season, she's very pissed about the mistreatment of Kenya Moore. So as you guys know, Kenya in the middle of the season got suspended and they said that she showed some like porn or something or a picture of the new girl. And she ended up getting suspended. And when they portrayed the new trailer, Kenya was not in any of the pictures, nothing. She was just completely swiped out. And Candy says, I was pissed about that. And she admitted that Kenya's absence from the promotional materials seemed like an intentional slight. She believes that Kenya is the driving force behind what will likely be an explosive first half of the season. And she doesn't think the network's internal drama with Moore and the new girl should have impacted her inclusion in the season's marketing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think if like you're going to use her stuff in the beginning, like why are you not using her in the trailer? That's why I'm saying, like, we can't judge this trailer by like what the season's gonna bring because like they cut out half of it.
And then Candy brings up Phaedra and she gets pissed and she's like, then you throw Phaedra at the end of the clip, honey, a twerk session while questioning why Moore, who filmed a significant portion of the season, wasn't even included in the official cast photos. Obviously, Candy has a history with Phaedra. They were once best friends. And then that really dark season where Phaedra got fired over it. So, I mean, it's interesting that she says that because when that whole thing happened, Phaedra did get fired and she said she would not come back if Phaedra was on the show. And what Kenya did could be seen as just as bad. And Candy's defending it. So I thought that was interesting.
How's Phaedra doing in Married to Medicine? And are you liking her this season? Because I haven't caught up yet, but are you liking her?
Married to Medicine is so good
But
this
you
season.
like her in it? Like, is she, because you know,
all the girls have turned on her. They don't like her.
Okay, because like I could feel that it was coming, and I kind of felt it that it was like accurate. Like Toya doesn't like, you know, doesn't just say shit out of any, like out of left field. Like she's very like, she's from Detroit, you guys, so she's like really like, we know her. Like I feel like everything she says is accurate, and she kind of like made like a joke like, what are you like, what's going on in your life, like why aren't you saying anything that's happening, you know? So I kind of felt like that was the last like one of the episodes I watched, so I kind of felt like that was happening. So is that like what continued?
Yeah, a lot of the ladies think that Phaedra thinks that she is better than everyone, that she's booked and busy, that she's like way more famous than them, that she makes more money than them. And they all have like harsh things to say about her. And Phaedra is feeling that. And she is very irritated by them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
you have to watch it because it's actually really good.
We will. Roxanne and I will do like a up-to-date recap on Married to Medicine for sure.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to because I'm gone from Tuesday till like Sunday, basically next week. So shout out to
guys. I'm excited because I'm gonna do my own show. Remember I did that like last year? I'm gonna do my own trader show without Roxanne since she never wants to talk about it, and I'm just gonna talk about it, or maybe I'll bring some of my friends on.
Yeah, that would be cute. You should do that. I mean, yeah, you should, because, you know, I know we're only going to record one Patreon episode next week too, because I'm leaving right at the beginning of the week. I hope I don't miss anything, but if I do, hopefully Chantel's on top of it. And in case something breaking does happen during that.
Something breaking happened. I mean, and you're there, like it's like Wi-Fi it up over there too. So
yeah. But I'm on vacation and I'm on do not disturb mode. So
okay, heck yeah, girl, you do you.
Yeah. I'm just taking my two oldest, and then Chantel's gonna shout out to Shantel because she's gonna stay with my two youngest for 2 of the days.
Yeah.
Is Val
gonna think of, what'd you say?
Is Val gonna come over?
I don't think so. I mean, like I told him he should. I was like, you should help me entertain. I was like, you know, Jack loves you. Like, come play with Jack at least.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I'll think about it. But like, watch him not.
Oh my gosh, I don't blame him.
I know. But I told him he didn't have to stay. Like, just come over from like, you know, like 6 to like 8 or something.
Yeah.
Before like when I put them down. You have to give me a schedule though. Like, you have to tell me what time they usually sleep.
I am. I'm gonna write everything down. Jack is obsessed with me, Chantel. Like,
yeah.
He's so confused by you.
I'll like do like some activities with him. Maybe we'll make like cookies or something. He'll be so excited.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that attention.
No, he totally does. Everyone literally is in love with that kid. Anywho, you guys, I don't know. The Real Housewives world is pretty slow right now. There's not much going on. There's not, even when I'm writing for the site, I'm like, there's really not much happening right now. I mean, Salt Lake City is now done. Beverly Hills is giving it. Are you watching Potomac?
No, I mean, like I was, and then we stopped a little bit. So I need to get back on it to see like what we're going to have to. But then Thursday, Summer House is on. So we'll have Summer House.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Summer House is my jam.
Yeah,
okay,
so Summer House is coming back. I mean, we could talk about Potomac. I mean, we could start getting into it a little bit so that we can, since there's no more Salt Lake City. And then
it's done. It's done.
Yeah, because there's only right now the only house I show is Beverly Hills and Potomac, right?
Yeah, but Potomac is done. Like that's it. I think there's only there's 2 parts, and it already hit the 2 parts.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. But you guys, Summer House, like I am into that show. Yeah, I am so into it.
I'm so excited to see Lindsay show up like pregnant, and then like there's Carl. Like this is like it really is so crazy. Like the show, like
Lindsay pisses me off though, Chantel.
Really pisses you off because you always were Team Lindsay for a second.
No, I wasn't. Just in the friendship with Danielle. She pisses me off because Carl has stayed silent for a year. He goes on, I think it was Vile. Ew, why are they all going on
I
Vile's
know they need to stop.
I
Like,
can't
if you
stand
want
him.
controversy, don't go on Vile. And like, why are you going on that
And
show?
he's like a POS. He's not like cool. He is such a POS. And he's also Ryan Reynolds' biggest advocate because they're friends. So, anyways, he's such a loser.
It's just so funny. Oh yeah, you guys want to boo people and cancel people? Go over to him then.
You guys,
Oh,
how come no one has opened up the floodgate of his past and how he was like demeaning to women and stuff? And it's so funny because he had Justin Baldoni on his podcast, Chantel.
Oh,
He literally
wow.
yeah, not now, but he did. And he has like, he's basically like one of those guys who is like a Ryan Reynolds who, because Justin Baldoni is like sensitive, he's like, I don't believe it. You guys need to like open the floodgates of how vile Nick was to women, to Vanessa, what a POS he was to Vanessa.
But I think but the thing is, like, he has owned that stuff. Like, when he came back,
has he? I don't know.
Yeah, he has. I think he has changed, hopefully, as a person. But like from that
But
point of
Chantel,
view,
someone like that talking about Justin Baldoni,
I know.
hold me back. The way you treated women, you were on The Bachelor 10 different times. Then you end up like knocking up like a 20-year-old. Like, what? Stop. I mean, they're together and they're fine. I don't like him. I'm sorry. If there's some Vile fans, I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk about another podcaster. He's obviously very successful. We're not
no. It's just funny because he tries to give, like, obviously call her daddy, but from the view of like a guy where he's trying to get like these controversy people and like have these conversations with them, like if they have a breakup and whatever. So, but like, it's funny because like it's like when they do these shows, like they don't come out like any better.
Yeah. Well, I'm annoyed because him and Vile Files, and then the chicks in the office, I think, which they seem cute. I only see them on TikTok. They are taking over the Real Housewife world where they don't talk about it like that, but they are starting to interview them and they do have big platforms. So I'm like, must be nice.
I mean, that's just kind of like how I always talk about the Skinny Confidential. Like she just did, I posted it yesterday on her Instagram. Like she just did Lisa Rinna. I can't wait to go listen to it today.
I like her.
Yeah, she did Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin together. And Lisa's like, they're all begging me to come back. And she's like, I would never, like, but it's like, okay, really? But she was basically saying that yesterday. It's like, she's like, everyone's begging me to go back, but she's like, that last season, like it was so much hate that like I'll never go back, basically.
I don't believe
you were part of that. You were part of that hate.
She's like, what'd you say?
It's in Roxanne, you were part of that hate. You were part of that hate.
No, I wasn't like sitting there like tweeting at her or anything.
I know.
I just said I don't want her on the show. But then she's right because like we met, I do think she was like a necessary character for the show, just like Tamara. I think Tamara is a necessary character for the show. And you need people like that.
And like that's like the host was saying
even
too.
Lucky I'm giving her that compliment with you guys have no idea behind the scenes what this woman says about us. So, but I do think that she is necessary for the show, and there's people that are, and I think we learned that. But I mean, Chantel, we had one troll who has been stalking us for the last year and a half, and it is a lot. But like you kind of just feel really bad for them. But imagine her, like she has like so many of them.
Like you have that times like thousands, and it's just like if that's all you're seeing, like that would start your day so off, like so shitty, and it does affect you, even though you've learned to block it. Like that is annoying.
You guys, Bradley Cooper.
Like look how her and her husband are still together, But
I mean, they've been together for like 50 years. Like
I know. I know they're the ones. They're the true winners right there.
Bradley Cooper was so cute at the Eagles game. There is a kid who had a disease and he was the biggest Eagles fan ever. And like one of these like famous TikTokers saw him at the dollar store and was like, would you want this Eagles mascot or do you want this $1,000? And he's like 8 years old, this boy. And he's like, I want the Eagles mascot. Aww. And he's like, you want the Eagles mascot, not the 1,000? And he's like, I love them. And he like was the cutest little boy. And then they start, I don't know if like the mom wrote to them or something. And then he's like, I've heard like you've been in the hospital a lot. He's like, yeah, 17 times in the last year. I have this like random, like not a random, but just like this rare disease. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I meant. This rare disease. And, he's like, I don't want the, 1,000. And then he ends up saying, how about we take you to the game? And literally this little boy went viral. And then they're like, we're still going to give you the 1,000. He paid for, he said, I don't want the 1,000. I want to pay for everyone who comes in the shop. And so that they don't have to pay. Every single person was hugging this little boy. I was bawling, hyperventilating per usual. He ends up going to the game. I mean, he's viral everywhere. They put him on the Today Show. And then all of a sudden, they gave him tickets to the Super Bowl. Bradley Cooper, because Bradley Cooper is a huge Eagles fan, which is crazy, Chantel, because he's
Yeah.
dating Gigi, who's Taylor Swift's best friend.
I know, but Roxanne, you guys don't know this. Taylor Swift is a huge Eagles fan.
I know she's from, isn't she?
Yeah, she's from Pennsylvania. She like a lot of her songs she says Eagles. There's like she always has the Eagles shirt. So like she loves Eagles. Her dad loves Eagles too. So like it's not like that. I mean like the Kelseys, like the other brothers from the Eagles. Like he just played in the Super Bowl. But yeah.
Yeah, well, so Bradley Cooper ends up FaceTiming and they bring him to the Super Bowl. And I don't know if you saw the intro where Bradley Cooper was like introducing the EAGLES. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
Well, Bradley Cooper's so cute. He brought the boy in with him for them to do it together and he's holding it. And I was just like, like,
I love when celebrities use their platform for the right thing.
Like make that boy's life. This seemed like a really good boy. If you saw it at the Dollar Tree, you guys watch the video on TikTok. Every person who went in there was crying and hugging this little boy. And we're like, why? Why do you want to do this? And it was so cute. So, and I don't know, it made Bradley Cooper very attractive too, that he would.
It's so funny because we were just talking about him and Gigi, like, and like how are they together?
Yeah, but you guys, when you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, man, when Yolanda was on, it was so good. When you watch Beverly Hills, when Yolanda was on, Gigi and Bella, they seem like really good girls.
Oh, they were very, like, they raised them very down to earth. Even their dad, like, was very into, like, loved his girls, you know?
Their dad's kind of weird, though.
I mean, maybe. I love their family. I really do, so.
Yeah, no. If you guys have not watched it when Yolanda was on, it's also interesting to see because it was when Gigi moved to New York and went to college. It was like her first year. And seeing her before she was like completely blew up was crazy.
Yeah, or like they made it seem like, Bella was this like crazy child because I think she like drink and drive like she got
a DUI.
Yeah, or something like that. But like she was such a sweet girl and like she just did like one bad thing maybe, but
she was a rebel though, because I mean it was clear Yolanda gave Chantel, you have to stand me out of that because it's clear Yolanda gave Gigi so much attention.
Yeah.
And like that was her golden child. But now I feel like Bella is the it girl and more popular than Gigi.
Well, I don't know if she's more popular, but I do think like even as they got older, like I felt like Yolanda and Bella like had a more of a connection. Like they had the Lyme disease together. Like they she loved her mom so much, and like they were like always together too.
Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like though people like Bradley Cooper, even though we're like cancel Holly weird, I do feel like people like Bradley. Watch something happen. Watch me find out that he was at Diddy's party doing something. You
never know.
Where I can't even anymore. But
the problem is like their past like haunts them because if like you cheat on your wife or you do something stupid, it's like no one's gonna like you at this point,
Yeah, for good reason.
One bad thing, like look at Chris Brown. Like even though he tries so hard, it's like it always will haunt him that what he did to Rihanna. Like no, like it's like you can keep trying, but that's always your past.
Especially with TikTok in existence, because these mofos blab you. It doesn't matter. Like if you have one good day, they're like, here's an interview of Chris Brown after he did that, which I mean, I don't know.
People can change. Like people can change. I think sometimes it's okay. Yeah, I do think people can change. I do think that if it's been 10 years of something like, people are different people. And like, again, when you're younger, you just like are out of your mind sometimes. But, I do think you have to give people second chances if they're willing to admit it and like, go move forward. We see all the time, even with the housewife stuff. So,
I mean,
we have to give grace. We have to give grace.
I mean, what he did was pretty horrific, but
I know, of course, I'm not giving that, but
it's just crazy because this man could have been, he threw it all away. Like it could have been, we don't see him at award shows. I don't see him anywhere. I just see him like randomly, maybe on social media, but I don't see him anywhere. Do you?
No, because I mean, it's because of that. It's like always going to follow him.
What do you think, by the way, I'm sorry, just back to the Super Bowl real quick with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. This was like the talk of the town. Drake threatened to sue him if he sang that song and called him a pedophile. And Kendrick literally looked in the camera and said, "Hey, Drake," and did it. So what do you think about that?
I mean, they've had this like beef, like, this all summer, and they kept coming out with these like diss tracks. So like, I don't know. I thought like if that was like the talk of the town of like last year, and like that's probably why he got onto the Super Bowl. Like I would do it too.
Yeah, I do think that's, I mean, he won a Grammy for that song.
Yeah.
My girls love that song, by the way.
Which one?
Not like
They
us.
Not Like Us? They
Yeah,
Not Like Us. Yeah.
my girls love that song. I do feel like, I don't know what I was gonna say. Anyways, I'm scared to say anything about like certain singers though, just in case. I was gonna say something and I'm like, no, it's not even worth it. It's
But you guys,
literally
we've been around, like Roxanne and I grew up literally on like Perez Hilton. Like we were like so obsessed with celebrities and like
Perez Hilton was our jam.
yeah, even
Okay.
like Jared, like all those websites, like we would like the first thing we do when we wake up is like open up those 4 tabs and like read everything about celebrities. So like we've been around for sure, but
I was never someone who did well in school, but I asked me about a celebrity in their whole life and I knew it. And that's so embarrassing. And please
but not
God,
really because that's what made Roxanne wanna like open up a blog because she saw the other bloggers, but then she just did it in a different way. So
yeah,
it's not embarrassing.
I know, but like us,
That's like why you don't knock down your kids one day, you know?
but this fascination with celebrities, like I do feel like I was obsessed, not obsessed, but I just like, why did I care so much about their lives? You
I
know?
think it's because like they were out of touch at the time. Like, you know, like
Yeah,
now like
it
you
was a
see it
different
and like, you're like,
time.
yeah, and then you're
Yeah,
younger, but
we don't
like the same
understand
thing.
anything.
It's the same thing with young kids now. They're like obsessed with like different TikTokers, and they're not really. Yeah, they're celebrities in their world, but they're not like how like famous. Like you know, like where like a grandma would be on the street and know who that person is. Really.
Fun fact before we go is that I was obsessed with Dakota Fanning, Hannah Dakota Fanning, born February 22nd. When's Raquel's birthday, Chantel?
The 23rd.
23rd, I'm sorry. Born February 23rd. She goes by Dakota Fanning. I was in love with her. I had autographs from her. My whole basement had a montage of her. And I did a video for Oprah and I sent it in. And I said, because Oprah did this thing where she said, make my wildest dream come true. And I said, make my wildest dream come true. Like, allow me to meet Dakota Fanning. And I would write to Oprah multiple times from when I was like 12. First off, who gave me a computer to do that? Like, because you guys, my mom did not know this. My mom didn't know, hey, you love Dakota? Let me write to Oprah for you. Like, she's like, what is this girl? Why do you have pictures of her? Like, that was my mom. She's like, what is this? Like, who is this little girl? You know, I'm like, she's so talented, which she is. She's totally a freaking amazing human even now. But I'm like, that definitely went away. But anyways, so they end up contacting me when I was 16 years old. I'll never forget it, Chantal. I was in the car with Talene, Oprah's producers. And they were like, hey, Dakota's going to be on our show. We want to make your wildest dream come true. Like, we want you to show another video. At that point, you guys, I had thrown everything away from Dakota Fanning. Like, that was a phase that I was now over.
I know,
So
but like that's so crazy. Like I would have been like put up the pictures on purpose just so I can get on Oprah.
I was in that weird, ugly ass 16-year-old phase where I'm like, okay, this would be kind of embarrassing, wouldn't it? But I could think they didn't sense my passion as much. So they were like, so they called me back and they're like, how about we do a video call with you and her? And I was like, ew, like, what's the point of that? And so I didn't say that, but I just think they sense like my lack of passion for it. And then they just, I think that was it. I don't even know what ended up happening, but I just know I can't believe that Oprah's producers called us. I remember the form to fill out Wildest Dreams Come True. If you were an Oprah person, you know, I used to watch Oprah every day with my mom. So, you know, General Hospital and Oprah. That's all I did when I got home. It was just me and my mom. So that was my life. So
Love
yeah,
it.
I know. Well, anyways, we hope you guys are having a great start to the week. And we will be back with Beverly Hills and Summer House. So please, again, I know a lot of you on our Patreon said we're now rewatching Summer House because you recommended it. If there's one show to watch, go straight into Summer House. You will love it.
Yes. Go do it.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Bye guys.